Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021 is now just 7 days away. And in beautiful central Otago, the Hurricanes and the Highlanders will this evening complete their preparations for the opening round. Kia ora, and welcome to Molineux Park in Alexandra as Sky Sport brings you coverage of the pre-season match between the Hurricanes and the Highlanders. I'm joined by former All Black Justin Marshall.
Kia ora Nisbo, tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome in everybody. Final hit out for these two teams before we start paying for points. Next weekend, Aotearoa Rugby will kick off. We'll be fascinated to see how these players respond this afternoon.
Okay, let's have a look at the two teams just before they come out. And firstly, the Hurricanes, who of course are the visiting team. And there were no All Blacks involved last week, but tonight sees the return of Geordie Barrett at fullback, Ngāti Laumapi in the midfield, and the forwards, new captain Adi Savia, Asafa Omua, and Duplessis Karifi. Plenty of other familiar names, the return of Julian Savia, Wes Huijsen, Jackson Garden Bishop, and the tried and true locking combination of Scott Scrafton and James Blackwell. And a good chance too for Jonah Tamatuteni to impress in the absence of TJ Perenara.
Well, it's a home ground for the Highlanders here at Molineux Park, and they've named a very experienced lineup for this evening's match. Experience up front for the Highlanders with Dixon, Leonard Brown and Tokalahi. Solid workers in the second row, complemented by a very good back row led by powerful Shannon Frizzell with Mikiala Tu'u and Billy Harmon alongside. Aaron Smith and Mitch Hunt will ignite a talented backline. Hard-running centres, Fetuli Paia and Seo Tompkinson. And look out if this back three gets some space. Punivai, Nāreki and Nehe Milner-Skara.
This is spectacular. Coming in really low. Hercules C-130. Wow. Royal New Zealand Air Force. Captain Long Dill from the 40 Squadron, Royal New Zealand Air Force. And if you weren't expecting that,
I'm glad we've got a capable pilot. He knows what he's doing. Magnificent scenes here.
Time for the rugby. And James Dolman is our referee tonight. And away we go with the Highlanders kicking off. And an early penalty. And Chris Hart is the TMO as Omua throws. And the Hurricanes in possession, really for the first time, but still inside their own territory. Again, the arm is out from Dolman. Good strong run here from Scott Scrafton. Got it away to Wes Huijsen. And the ball's been knocked down, but the referee says knocked back. And Geordie Barrett goes in and scores down the left-hand side, all rather in slow motion, but the Hurricanes score.
Yeah, well, I think it was Manakai Selby Rickett. That was the player coming through. Nice thrust here. And the inside ball to Huijsen, who is in great position. And there's the hand there that knocks it back towards the Highlanders line. So that is play on. And the Hurricanes go in, strike.
Beautiful setting here at Molineux Park, as I said. Mainly known as a cricket venue, but plenty of other things happen here as Barrett's kick is high and it's away. So it's an unconverted try scored by Geordie Barrett in the first 5 minutes. So the Hurricanes have the early lead.
Just wonder whether or not the tackler did release before he went over the ball there. And it's always tough to stop Laumapi when he hits that flat line. He's always going to pretty much win that collision and the advantage line.
So Mitchell Hunt with the penalty kick, and they'll line out 10 metres in the Highlanders half in front of that really good crowd on the embankment. It is a beautiful amphitheatre here. It's not just cricket, there's all sorts of things. Obviously rugby, softball, netball, bowls. They've got little arenas, squash.
Again, that line out not functioning well for the Highlanders. They get away with it, but another overthrow.
So Smith gets it away for Tokalahi. Had the arm out there, James Dolman. Whether he's playing advantage or not, we don't have the luxury of hearing the referee tonight, so we're just assuming, and assuming right on this occasion.
Yep, it's offside again. And again, the new interpretations as we lead into kick-off next week, that the referees are policing heavily is that offside line. And what their guideline is, that you have to be clearly onside. So you have to be visibly onside to the referee. And that makes their job very, very, very easy. If you are hedging and you are not showing them that you're clearly onside, then they are assuming you're offside. So you've got to make sure that you take that half a step. It's just not worth the penalties.
That's good. As Dixon finds his man, now Smith slings it across into midfield. And Tompkinson takes it up. Now Smith goes again. A long cut-out pass, a nice one too for Nareki. But up quickly on him was Barrett. And now Smith. As the forwards run onto it. Now O'Moore showing real strength, holding the man up, but he's got to ground finally. As the Highlanders have a little turn on attack here. Taken in by Tokalahi. Smith looking left and right. Slings it away for Dixon, who of course played his 100th Super game towards the end of last season. Stabbed through by Fatuli Paya and forced by...
So this will be a goal line dropout.
Yep, it will be. So Barrett had really no option, had to concede. Now, you were telling me also, Justin, I wasn't aware of this, that
you can take it anywhere
you like. Yeah, I thought it was under the goalpost, but no.
Nope.
No, it's not. So you can see that Garden Bishop took it away to the side. Here's Mikaeli Tu'u, the big number 8 from Hawke's Bay. Now Paya, and the ball goes loose, and the Hurricanes looking to hack it ahead. And they're all into touch.
And
our first discussion of the season. Oh,
the first discussion of the season with the reserve bench.
With the reserve bench, yeah. Yeah, classic. They don't normally sit so close. Blimey, we're almost there as well.
We're almost amongst it in this boat.
I'm going to have to hold you back. O'Moore throws. Line out seems to be working pretty well for the Hurricanes as Wes Hoyson takes it through. Taumatene gets it away for Blackwell. Hurricanes looking to get some penetration down that left wing side. Just moving into Highlanders territory. Nice short pass again by Blackwell. Taumatene. Good solid defence. Here goes Julian Savia looking pretty sharp.
He's looking very good.
Isn't he?
And his work rate is excellent.
Now there's a little bit of space here. Out wide for O'Moore, who is very quick when he gets the opportunity. And lays it back nicely. Barrett was first man there to set it going again. Waiting for the ball to come back inside the 22. So Garden Bishop slung away by Laumapi. Put down in midfield by Proctor. And they'll play the knock on.
They're finding a little bit of space, the Hurricanes, just on the outside. Once they sort of get a couple of phases through the middle over the advantage line. I must admit, I've been very impressed with the defence, in particular, where they seem to be going quite a lot down his side of Jonah Nareki. Excellent footwork and attacker, as we know, but he's not the biggest winger going around, but he is brave, and the 2 or 3 times that players have gone at him, he's gone nice and low, basically hitting the knees, trying to chop them down. It's been very effective.
Now, another little variation here, which I don't think it'll apply next week is that just in this pre-season, or this pre-season game, you are going to be able to use that appeal, if you like, captain's appeal, inside the last 5 minutes of the first half as well as the second.
Yes, so when the law comes in for real, it'll only be in the last 5 minutes of the second half. However, why not give the players an opportunity to try it out?
Yeah,
so,
and you bet they will.
Oh, they will give it a go.
I noticed in that game last week, both teams had a crack at it.
Yeah.
Neither was successful. But of course, at any time during the game, the captain can have an appeal to the referee.
Yes.
But if they get it wrong,
and that's the risk.
Yeah, that's the risk. They forfeit. They don't forfeit that last 5 minutes, though.
No, they don't.
No.
But they forfeit any opportunity for the remainder of the game.
Sure.
So they'd have to be very sure to use it in the 75 minutes leading up to that last 5 minutes, because once it's wrong, it's gone.
So Highlander scrum fed by Aaron Smith as Hunt moves it away, looking to open up in midfield, and almost getting through was Fatuli Paya. Playing in at halfback was Nareki. Held up. Now Smith gets it. Highlanders looking to open it up down this left wing side, and here goes Nareki. Dangerous man with the ball in hand. Got his pass away nicely to Mikaeli Tu'u, and Paya's getting close. Really good opportunity here, and it's going to be offside against the Hurricanes. Couldn't resist it. Ball was sitting there, and somebody just couldn't resist having a crack at it.
They might be lucky to survive this, because that was very cynical. On attack, excellent interchange. Nareki, as mentioned, super dangerous on his feet. Burst and offload through the tackle. Mikaeli Tu'u, very good tackle from Hoyson. He offloaded though as well. And then clearly illegal. And it looks like there has been a yellow card given. Now, it's Geordie Barrett, is it?
I think it is.
Unfortunately for the Highlanders, they don't really get any change out of that, because this is a pre-season game. I did read this actually leading into this match, that a red or yellow card is able to have a replacement immediately. So, yes, they lose a world-class player in Geordie Barrett, but usually he would sit for 10 minutes and the Hurricanes would have to battle away with 14 men. Well, he's already been replaced. So he's been a naughty boy, but he's not going to cost his team like he usually would. And it's just a way to keep the game and giving players opportunities in pre-season flowing.
I wonder how long he was scheduled to play anyway. Maybe half a game.
Great opportunity here for the Highlanders. Hard to defend at this time. Now, remember, you've also now got that ability to get the ball in behind, and in desperation, if the other team grounds it, you do get the ball back with that 22 dropout. So you've got to consider that now as a defender, that teams will be looking for that. Usually you'd kick it away and it'd be a 22 dropout.
Right, so the scrum is solid. Mikaeli Tu'u, and he bursts through a couple of tackles just about there. Smith delivers quickly for Frizzell, and Shannon Frizzell picks up the Highlanders' first try.
And set up with a very nice, solid scrum. That's what you want when you're sitting in the boot. And Mikaeli Tu'u, look at the solid foundation that he's got to work from. In fact, it's moving forward a bit. He picks it up, gets outside Karifi, who has to come late. Because of that, Garden Bashett's been taken out of the defensive line. Frizzell, always tough when he hits the ball at pace and at depth. Too hard to stop. Excellent for the Highlanders. They haven't been down there very often, but they're down there in the 31st minute and they make it count. It's a decent combo to defend, isn't it, when you get two strong runners like Mikaeli Tu'u off the back, and then the second receiver is Shannon Frizzell. You really need to get them to the ground early, or they will hurt you with either offloads or power straight through your tackle.
Handy kick here for Mitchell Hunt. Gets it up and over it goes. So the Highlanders, with a converted try, have the lead now by 7-5. About 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Jackson Garden Bishop with the restart for the Hurricanes. And nicely taken down by Nareki. Smith hands it off. Now the clearing kick. Garden Bishop has waited back, looking to get something going. Gets it wide for Laumapi. Been pretty well contained so far in this game, Nani Laumapi. Ball is loose and it's been turned over. Now it's with Ash Dixon. Gets it off for Hunt. Back he goes into midfield. Breaks through a couple of tackles. Just in Highlanders territory as Smith works it away for Ash Dixon. Smith takes it in close. Tackle made on Jack Regan. Now Hunt again. Probing kick away downfield.
Inside.
Looks like it could be Ruben Love out there. Might have taken over from Geordie Barrett.
Yes, he did.
So here's Hunt getting support from Milner Scudder. Looks to be full of running. Here's the try scorer, Frizzell. Michaeli Tu'u. Now a bit of space again for Nareki, who's looked at ever-present danger. Broken many tackles there. 3 or 4 at least. Now Smith goes again. Highlanders starting to hit their straps. Hunt again, who started it with a good run. Selby Rickett, right in the centre of the field. There's the goalpost, Hurricanes goalpost in the background. Smith again sweeps it off the ground for Frizzell. Ball knocked down. And here's Garden Bishop heading off on a bit of a run. Tamatene there. Gets it back. Mapi, not noted for his kicking, but he's got plenty of distance into this one. That's a really powerful punt. So the Highlanders now starting to launch again, but Nareki decides to put boot to ball on this occasion.
Inside last 5, James. Yeah.
Garden Bishop. Another good, powerful clearance from Jackson Garden Bishop. Just feeling the shoulder perhaps a little.
He got a nice little one-handed offload away to set Nareki into space, but he got hit at the same time as he passed.
Hurricanes turned that line out over. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Good even contest this. I guess we'll see a lot of changes at half-time. Evan Flanders off on a searching run, but it's a penalty against the Hurricanes.
Ali, do you want to challenge it? It's the last 5 minutes. 5 in front of the ball carrier. Obstruction. Tackle the man off the ball. You can't join in front. Tackle the man without the ball.
So a few minutes out from half-time. An opportunity again for the Highlanders. The players will be blowing a bit. The game has certainly had lots of continuity and phases. Not many kicks have made it into touch, so the ball has been in play a lot. This is the opportunity, really, just before half-time, when mentally, yes, you're tired, and you can switch off a little bit. If the Highlanders were to get some change out of this line-out, be well happy with their first half efforts. Hurricanes, their challenge is to hold on. You can see the hands on the hips, so a bit slow getting there.
Just wait. Did he
Bit of confusion there for a moment as to whether the ball actually went out.
So he landed in the field of play, but he's jumped in, so we're going to restart with a scrum. Okay?
A discussion being held
He's
between
jumped
the
from outside the field
assistant
play, but he's
referee
landed
and the
inside the
referee.
He's caught the ball, so we're going to restart with a
As I say,
scrum.
we're not
again.
privy, as we normally are, to what
We
the
can't play on
discussions
because we've
are,
got a
Justin.
flag,
So
but it's jumped back in. So it's
Not
fair
sure what
play.
happened there.
Restart with a scrum.
Guess is as good as mine,
It'll
this
be in
one.
15, guys, because it's line of touch call in
they
15.
look as though they might be getting set for a scrum, maybe,
Good call, James.
which would suggest the ball didn't go out.
Coach!
Right, so it's a defender's ball, so
Fine!
it looks like the referee has sorted this issue out.
Set!
Tamatini gets it back, and Garden Bishop hoofs it away, and we all duck. I think we're okay.
We are.
We had it last year where we got it wrong.
There's been a few ducks on this field before, but it's in
Yes.
a different code.
Yes,
From the
correct.
line, guys. It's inside if you win it. Inside the 22.
So a few minutes remaining in this first half. It's been full of action. I imagine that we are going to see a lot of replacements, a lot of changes at halftime. So you may have to forgive us if things get a little bit muddled in terms of jersey numbers, etc., etc. And that's a line out that was not straight. So another chance here for the Highlanders just before halftime. Just the 2 tries. Sometimes these pre-season games can be high-scoring affairs.
Yeah, and I think that's testament to the calibre of sides that have been named. As I said, this is really the last opportunity before you're playing for points and playing for real. And what coaches Tony Brown and Jason Holland would have been looking for from close to their starting 15s, bar a few, is some combo synergy. So basically players working together, getting a real feel for each other, particularly in this first half before the changes happen. So defence has been good and it's been hard to score.
So when it goes from Smith, Mika Tiu away for Smith, coming hard on the angle. I think it might have been Paya. As the Highlanders have looked good when they've got into the red zone. They've looked very good with the ball in hand. Swinging out wide. Punivai hasn't had much of the action out on the right wing side for the Highlanders. Dixon with the ball in hand. Smith delivers up to his big number 8, Mika Tu'u. Quick hands again. Hurricanes defence holding up. Now Hunt. Right it goes. Now the intercept. Garden Bishop hasn't quite got the pace. Tried to fire it back in field. Hunt grabbed it. Nareki. Now Smith. Taken by his opposite number. And it's there, and it may well be on the Hurricane side. It is. Taumatene gets it away, and the Hurricanes now work it away to the far side. Lau Mapi looking to have a shot at the defence. Hands it up for Savia. And the kick and chase downfield, but it's gone into touch.
Yellow card back on, James. Yellow card back on.
Oh, we just reiterate how sharp Julian Savia is looking. Out on the left wing.
It's a bit of an unknown how Julian Savia was going to slot back into the system after his return from France, but he had a very good Mitre 10 Cup with Wellington and earned his selection in the Hurricanes side for this competition, and it looks like he's trim, he's trained hard, and like I said, his work rate has been excellent.
Thrown in by Dixon. Hurricanes steal this. Tamatene slings it away. Here is Savia coming from a fair way back. Releases the ball. Up for Omua. The hooker makes it to the 10-metre line. Tamatene for Proctor, Billy Proctor in the 13 jersey. Ball delivered for Omua, again running hard and straight, almost to the 22. Taumatene gets it away. A bit of a mix-up in midfield there. And definitely obstruction. And a penalty results for the Highlanders, who go quickly. Selby Rickett gets it away for Tuli Paya. Keeping the ball alive nicely. Here's Selby Rickett back in possession. Just seconds remaining in this first half. On the Hurricanes' 10-metre line. And over the ball, clamped over the ball was Karifi. Barrett back on the field. Player down injured. Let's hope it's only cramp.
That's 40, James. That's 40.
Hold on, yeah, you can kick it out.
It has looked dangerous every time.
Yeah, time's off, we'll just check.
He's been given an opportunity, got a nice offload away as he got hit in the tackle. Just landed really awkwardly. A little bit of concern for him.
He's not attempting to move at all.
Geordie's obviously out of the naughty chair, back onto the field.
Probably only going to play half a game anyway, do you think? Hard to know, isn't it?
Hard to know.
If that happens within 5 minutes, because it's too late now, if that happens, that's one to challenge.
They always look at volume, and in the case of All Black players that come back who have a longer season with more games in it, obviously slightly higher intensity, so they manage them in the way that they feel that they are performing, testing. Geordie Barrett might be needing game time, so could get maybe 60 minutes.
In your time, mate. In your time.
Well, this is, I guess, the great fear of coaches is losing players in pre-season games, so let's hope it's not too serious for Tuli Paya.
He's been replaced by Michael Collins, who I thought was absolutely outstanding playing in the second setters in the Mitre 10 Cup. He usually really found himself at fullback predominantly whenever he was getting his opportunities, but slotted into the midfield seamlessly and was a real threat.
Yes, he's a heady player, isn't he?
He is.
He makes the right decisions. So play continuing. We're not far off half-time here. Highlanders with this narrow advantage as the line-out is won. Karifi slings it across as the Hurricanes look to penetrate through midfield, where the Highlanders have been pretty solid and sound in defence. Now here come the runners, and Scrafton is well and truly taken to ground. Taumatene gets it off. Both teams will be pretty happy with the way they've defended. Karifi nailed by Leonard Brown and a good tackle. Now Numia makes it to the 22. Cleared away. Change of direction by Garden Basham. Barrett ducks under a high one. Might have been Collins, actually. Just newly on the field. Taumatene makes a nice little dab. Here's Julian Sarvier again, showing his very good power. Omua throws a little dummy and carries on. Taumatene away for Laumapi, charging onto this and getting very close and running in and finally scoring the try. It is Nani Laumapi. Well, they hammered away for a long time.
Well, they did, and it was only a few minutes ago where we were talking about the opportunity for the Highlanders maybe to get that final blow just before half-time. The way the game has ebbed and flowed ended in the Hurricanes making their way down into the 22. Taumatene, who's been excellent. Inside ball from Laumapi to Geordie Barrett, and in the tackle he offloads back to Laumapi. Good little interchange between those two. And it's the Hurricanes who work their way down the field and are the try scorers at the end of this half.
No, there's 3 and they're all on the side.
Really impressed with Laumapi's balance in his game. We've seen him kick more often than he usually does, but they're showing that he can pass and then support rather than be the carrier all the time.
So the conversion is made by Geordie Barrett. And so half-time here at Molyneux Park in Alexandra. And in front of 3,000 spectators they have at the moment. It is the Hurricanes who lead at half-time by 12 points to 7. Welcome back to Molyneux Park in Alexandra. And we're about to get the second half underway. This pre-season Super Rugby Aotearoa match between the Hurricanes and the Highlanders. Now, there have been a few changes, so you're going to have to bear with us. It's going to be some strange old numbers out there, Justin, but we'll try and work our way through it. At least Garden Basham's still there, and he's going to kick off. So the Highlanders have made a few changes as the kickoff is made. 12 to 7 at halftime. Only 3 tries scored. Perhaps a little unusual in a pre-season match. Whakatava is on now. And what an outstanding Mitre 10 Cup he had for Hawke's Bay.
He certainly did. And obviously he helps us. He's very recognisable in this boat. So it was pretty clear that he was on the field. Yep. So is Josh Ioane.
Yes, Josh Ioane. So a new 9 and 10 combination for the Highlanders. As the Hurricanes win the line out. Here goes Karifi. Hurricanes have a new man in at halfback as well. Here is Wes Hoyson running strongly and still going, powering his way through a couple of tackles. Now Karifi pops it up. Onua still there by the look of it. Oh, slung away. Whatever, that's Luke Campbell popping in at halfback as Karifi. Hurricanes put a fair bit of pressure on towards the end of that first half, and they've just carried it on here for the start of the second. To the 22. Well, that's good. That's a really good tackle for the Highlanders as the Hurricanes continue to probe, looking for any way through this defence, which has conceded a couple of tries. Campbell trying to make his way out on the blind side. Now Flanders. Quarters there for Scrafton. Little jab through, but it bounces off one of the Highlanders players, and it's going to be a scrum. So good defence again. Sorting your way through these players, Justin.
Yeah, well, we will get there. Obviously, the Hurricanes made
Just come over here, guys. A bit slippery, eh?
an ambitious 19 players sit on the reserve bench, so we'll get our way through them.
See, Ruben Love is now at 15. I'm just looking around. Going to be joined here by Kane Hamilton, who's not involved in the match today. We'll find out. Just make sure his mic's up first before we get him involved.
We'll reset, boys. Get it right. It's new front rows, but we need to hold our weight, all right? Just a little bit early. Let's get it right. Yeah, so just get it right.
Okay, the mic is up. So welcome, Kane.
Hey, good to be here.
Why are you not playing, mate? What's the story?
Yeah, touche. No, a couple of good halfbacks ahead of me at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, that guy Aaron Smith's starting out, and Lau's had a pretty awesome season, so have to battle my way back in there and yeah, see how it goes throughout the season.
Long season, isn't it?
That is.
We've already seen Tuli Paya, unfortunately. limp off the field, so it can happen.
Yeah, she's a hard track out there today.
It is, yes. Now here's Michaeli Tu'u making a good charge for the Highlanders. Fakatava gets it off for Ioane, and the ball has been lost forward by the Highlanders and banged away downfield by Garden Bishop. Now let's have a look here. That Ally Marlowe playing at fullback now instead of Milner Scudder. So we're just going to have to try and identify some of these guys who've been switched around at half-time.
What have you made of the new law changes, Kane? They better for the game, do you think?
Yeah, it seems like it. They're trying to speed up the game, make it slightly more attacking. The goal line dropout's an interesting one. Could be used quite tactically with those long kicks that sit in goal. Yeah, it seems to be positive so far.
Someone like Tony Brown will have something up his sleeve, I'd imagine, for that goal line
That's it.
Situation. Do you think it also brings in that rugby league style kick where you go cross field, and obviously if the other team catches it, they're still going to be caught in the end goal. You get the ball back, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. It's almost 50-50 now, eh? So you can just chuck it in the mixer and hope for a pretty good result and get the ball back. So it definitely adds a new dimension to attacking play in that zone.
Haven't seen any captain's challenges yet, have we?
No, we haven't. How's the pre-season gone?
Not too bad this year, to be honest. We had, 3 weeks or so, Simon Jones couldn't cause too much damage this year. Bit of a relief for the 30-year-old body, to be honest.
Hurricanes have made a couple of changes in the front row. Mafaleo and Lomax into the scrum. Now, Katafilo with the kick ahead. Bounce to the ball, interesting, and it doesn't go the Highlanders' way. So the Hurricanes back in possession inside the Highlanders' 22. And Garden Basher puts the little kick across field, and Ioane across there for the Highlanders. Fakatava feeds it up. Now the kick away downfield, and nice kick. Put it away into touch. Hurricanes decide not to go quickly on this occasion. It's a great little setting, isn't it?
It is. Outstanding. Alexander's put it on.
Some of the North Island boys probably never been here, but I guess all of you Highlanders fellas would have been here at some point.
Yeah, there's been a few trips down to Central Otago. It always provides like this, to be honest. It's been awesome.
Enjoy coming away to these spots, something different, get away from Dunedin, I guess, because that's your home base, isn't it, for the season, so a chance just to play somewhere different.
Oh, exactly, yeah, get out in the community down here as well. It's been awesome. We got out for dinner last night with a few local families. It's good stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Right, here's Karifi charging hard, just over halfway. Now Campbell, the kick made by Garden Bishop. Fakatava, Garden Bishop going back. His brother actually listed on the reserve bench. Connor for the Highlanders. And that's John gone out on the full. In fact, there's a Garden Bishop listed in the Highlanders reserves as well. Connor Garden Bishop. So, and Thomas Umaga Jensen. Peter Umaga Jensen not here today. I believe his wife gave birth a couple of days ago, Justin. So, any brotherly love.
Yep.
Now Liam Coltman. Nice line-out win by Josh Dixon. Fakatava. Referee puts the arm out, so the Hurricanes obviously got themselves up offside here. So Fakatava. Another penalty, and whether it's the same one or not, I'm not sure.
So we saw good continuity near the end of that first half. Teams really starting to find their rhythm. It's hard to break down the defences, but the interchange, the line breaks were starting to happen. Obviously, you make quite a lot of changes, and that just upsets the rhythm a little bit. He's just been a little bit disjointed at the start of this first half. Some inaccuracies. So it'll just take a little bit of time for the players to get their combinations, to get themselves set.
Thanks to Kane Hamilton for his insight there. Tough gig getting a run at halfback for the Highlanders at the moment.
It is, yeah, very good player, Kane, and an ultra competitive man as well, as most nines are, and he'll work hard to force his way into the coach's eye line to get his opportunities. Yeah, they're very, very blessed with three very good halfbacks in their squad, the Highlanders.
Number 19 running on there was... Well, we've got two guys listed at 19, to be honest.
Don't tell me that.
Well, we have.
Yes, we have. I know we have. You're not wrong.
That can happen in pre-season.
Yes.
What we do know, though, is that Duplessis Karifi has left the field. There's Josh Dixon. He'll certainly add. Here's Ben Nicholas, Tiriki Ben Nicholas, who's taken over at number 8. There is Dixon in the 19 jersey for the Highlanders. Hammering away here at this Hurricanes defence as Fakatava swings it away. Only 5 or 6 metres away from the line here. And there's been a knock-on, turned over. So we'll just send our scouts out to make sure we're getting the right players here.
Well, that was good line defence from the Hurricanes. Coming forward aggressively with some good shots, and they forced the error from Fakatava. Luke Campbell on to replace Jonathan Tomatene, who had a very clean and energetic first half for the Hurricanes, as you mentioned. Opportunities for both of these players to press their claims to start next week.
So Braden Yosei is on in the 19 jersey for the Hurricanes. Young Luke Campbell getting a good run here at number 9 and slams his kick away downfield. Well, this time in a week, it'll be all on.
Yeah, it certainly will. All games incredibly exciting and entertaining.
Good D, boys. Good D.
Untidy line out from the Highlanders, but it might have just... No, I don't think so. Yes, they did win it back. Scrambling it under pressure.
Nice, Becky.
Ball is there for Fakatava. Bit scrappy, as you'd expect in this time of the season. Good run by Liam Coltman there. Now here's Ioane. Always dangerous for the ball in hand.
Come on!
Nice little inside pass and almost getting his way through. And finally they do get it, and the try is scored by Punivai.
Well, it was a really nice injection of pace. Ioane flat, inside ball. Onto the ground. Fakatava's there quickly. Flat, wide pass. Nice interchange. And Punivai goes in.
Martingani Punivai. So that's a try that brings the Highlanders back to 12 all now.
So, boys, who just called that? Who's called something through and just in that last phase? Nothing? Okay. Had one. Cheers. There's no complaints there from...
So now Ioane, who of course had that one test match against Tonga a couple of years ago.
James, who's going to make some subs behind you back here, mate?
Nice kick, lovely kick. Very encouraging from Josh Ioane. And that's good enough to put the Highlanders back in front here. 14 points to 12 on the back of the try scored by Punivai. Hurricanes bring it back to halfway with Garden Bishop. Highlanders back in possession, tipped initially by Josh Dixon. As Fakatava waits and makes the kick. Ruben Love now playing at fullback for the Hurricanes. Canberra a dangerous runner in open field play. And penalty goes against the Highlanders. Colton is outstanding over the ball, as we know. Just didn't quite get it right on this occasion.
Yeah, so just for our viewers out there, obviously this is a pre-season game. There is endless substitutes coming off, so unlimited interchange. And if you're a little confused as to why some players who started, like Jonah Nardeki, who was in jersey 11, well, he's been replaced by Vaiakolo, Freedom Vaiakolo, but they've swapped jerseys, so he's in 11 now.
Oh no!
So that's just for you educated people out there. That's what you're seeing.
Okay, right. So the Hurricanes pretty close here to the line and having a bit of a dig. James O'Reilly is now in the hooker's jersey, charging, and getting very close, looking to release the ball, and it's there slowly for Campbell. He's got the arm out as the referee. Now Garden Bishop slings it away, and wide it goes, and the Hurricanes go in through
Rayasi. Well, it was good composure from the Hurricanes. They got nice and tight and close, and some infringements for the Highlanders did slow the ball down. However, they stayed composed. Really nice here from Garden Bishop. The shift onto Proctor, wide pass, injection from Love, who stayed patient with the defender on him. And Rayasi finishes it off on the end of the chain. One of the easiest ones he'll have to run in. Outstanding player, given space. Very quick. And a very good finisher.
Showed very good signs 2 years ago, did Rayasi. And then I think was committed to the sevens and didn't really get much of a crack. So just having a look at TMO leaning over our shoulder here, making a call.
James, you there?
Yes, Harry.
The ball backs away. There was a player in front of the ball. It is
Chris
not the same
Hart
ball. The ball carrier is
using the same monitor as us. Interesting.
So what you're saying is that there's a man in front of the ball.
Maybe they should have left the decision with us. Just
to step to the side and change his lane.
We can have a stab.
Jackson. It's a no try.
so I think the all clear has been given. Has it or not? No.
I'm just going to get them up.
I tell you what, Chris is leaning over my shoulder. I'm going to get him to describe it to you. Why not?
Step to the side.
Oh, thanks, Marshy. But obstruction off the ruck, player in front of the ball carrier, putting him in offside position. So, in the old terms, truck and trailer.
Great stuff.
Beautiful. Thank
Here
you,
we are.
Chris. Appreciate that.
Might have started a trend here. So it was no try. And so the Highlanders continue to lead, and they get that penalty, which takes play down towards halfway.
Now everybody's going to raise their eyebrows at this statement from me and say, oh, yeah, whatever. But I actually did feel that did happen off the line-out. There was a truck and trailer. There was a player ahead of the ball carrier, but that didn't get picked up. But, however, Chris is Johnny on the spot, and he picked it up, and it was deemed to be illegal, so no try.
Of course, being knocked on in there, I think, by the Hurricanes. Might have been 2 knock-oners in there, so... So players coming and going, as you can see, all over the place here.
Well, yeah, look, we know it's pre-season, and what the coaches are after here, like I said, in that first half, they had some strong lineups. We saw some good interplay and quite a lot of energy, but with the continued subbing and players having to try and slot in and get involved, obviously the game stagnates, and that's simply what's happened here. It's lost a little bit of its flow because of that. So really the game suffers, but what the coaches get out of it is players getting game time, getting on there, trying to work on combos. But it has lost a bit of its rhythm subsequently, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has a wee bit. Bryn Evans, the former All Black, is on. All Black way back in 2009 is on for the Highlanders. So too is Connor Garden-Basham. So I think Jackson is still out there, so the two brothers going head-to-head. Oh, that wasn't a very good pass. The Hurricanes playing around with the ball
Stay low.
near their own goal line.
Nice, Sis.
Vesanier it was. That's a lovely offload. Here's, and this is a sight to behold, isn't it? With a charge downfield there by Via Fafita. And here's a great run by Aloy Marlow. Taking a wee bit of putting down, then he gets absolutely nailed, but he made great ground, did Solomon Aloy Marlow, as the Highlanders attack inside the 22. Now Fakatava away for Ioane. Short pass for Collins, but he's well and truly handled by Rayasi. And the Hurricanes win themselves a penalty this time. So he's probably getting close to another drinks break, if you like.
Lovely run from Rayasi. Goes to the ground, but then so explosive and quick. Little goose step on a second row.
The ground clock is right. You're 2 minutes.
Eludes the tackle of Love. He did get hit hard. It just shows how dangerous he can be if you give him too much time and space. Not only is he pace, he's got good footwork. Can break tackles and open you up.
So maybe they've scrapped the second drinks break. Too many new players on the field anyway. Don't need a break. So Hurricanes win the line out. Young Luke Campbell about to bang it away into Highlanders territory. Swirling a wee bit there because with some difficulty it was taken down, but it was successfully done in the finish. Now the Highlanders looking to bust in midfield. This is Garden-Basham, Connor Garden-Basham.
Very good tackle from Love.
Now Fakatava. Fakatava again gets it across to Collins. Ball intercepted by Rayasi. Nobody pass it to though. And just didn't have anyone there to help him out.
Nice, Sis.
Lovely run, wasn't it? Connor Garden-Basham.
some tackle as well. It was a great run. Garden Basham. Excellent.
And we want a sub too, mate. We want a sub for the Highlanders.
Defence at the back from Ruben Love.
Three-quarter time, guys. Three-quarter time. Three-quarter time. Three-quarter time, guys. We're going to rest. Drinks, mate. Drinks. Guys, 60 minutes. 60 minutes, so your third 20.
All right, they're taking the break now. So just a reminder, of course, that Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021 starts a week tonight. Forsyth Bar Stadium, Dunedin. The Highlanders at home to the Crusaders. That'll be one heck of a battle, always is, the Southern Derby, if you like. And then after that, second game in Wellington between the Hurricanes and the Blues. Chiefs have the bye in the first round.
Well, it's exciting to have rugby back on our screens. The players been working hard in the off-season, and what a competition it was last year. Obviously, Super Rugby, through what happened in the world with COVID, had to be called off, and the format that the Brains Trust came up with here in New Zealand of Aotearoa Rugby was absolutely outstanding in front of crowds, which we were very thankful for, and the players really responded, and what a competition it was.
Brilliant competition, really was. Stand by too for some exciting new rugby shows on Sky. Rugby on every night of the week. And here is a good run from Gregory as the Highlanders keep up the pressure. Here's Ioane going well. Quick hands required, and Garden Basham hasn't been on the field very long, but he has impressed. He gets across for a second try.
Oh, absolutely. Excellent finish from Garden Basham. But equally, just the way that Josh Ioane punches onto the ball, Gregory does really well, beats the advantage line, gets over it. Fakatava then hits the short runner, and as they swing it back, look at this line from Ioane. Really aggressive, brings defenders in. Nice flick on from Collins. Excellent finish from Connor Garden Basham.
Yes, Connor Garden Basham has had a few injury issues, but he's got all sorts of potential. I think he came on last week maybe in Temuka and made an impression there as well.
Again, I just reinforce when a first receiver, particularly a main playmaker, your 10, does come across on that angle, aggressively taken on the line, like Ioane did there. It really is difficult for defenders whether to hold, whether to push. Consider him taking it to the line. Carlos Spencer used to do that so well, switching from side to side.
Ioane's kick is accurate, and the Highlanders advance by 2 further, so it's a 7-pointer, and it's 21-12.
Orban Ledger's on the field. He'll be taking the kick-off at halfway. Look at that scene. Fantastic crowd here. Beautiful setting. Molyneux Park, Alexandra.
So the kick-off made by Ledger, who of course had some time with the Chiefs. Hurricanes losing Simon Hickey to a season-ending injury. So Ledger could end up playing quite a big role in that pivot position as Fakatava bangs the kick high. Not a great deal of distance on this one, though. And it's been lost down by the Highlanders. Now Campbell. Headed up by via Fafita. I would imagine both coaches will get plenty out of this. As Love in the 15 jersey. Now Campbell. Highlanders' defence very good. Doesn't matter who's on the field. It's been pretty good. Now here's Fafita looking to open it up. And then, he threw a bad pass.
I think that's an instance where Fafita just needed to pass early and support. If he can do that, stay on his feet, he might have got the inside pass. There were enough defenders on good angles to chop him down. So if he passes early, stays on his feet, he might get an offload and then have a one-on-one. Really nice interchange of play with Rayasi.
Coltman finds his man. And Fakatava hoofs it away downfield. Rayasi waits. Dangerous from broken play, this fella. Big, really big and strong. Takes it down inside Highlanders territory. Hurricanes using the blind side. Now Campbell swings it away. Good turnover of ball. Here goes Scott Gregory away. Just couldn't link up, but he got inside the 22. And the penalty against the Hurricanes didn't allow him to release the ball. And so, penalty for the Highlanders.
That was a good covering tackle from halfback Luke Campbell. But you're right, he just then, when he got back to his feet, hadn't allowed time.
James, if the ball goes out, subs.
He hadn't allowed himself to release the player. Gregory gets it off the turnover. As Campbell makes an excellent tackle, but you can see still holding the... Wow.
You always have one hand on the ball.
There's not much in it, but I think you've really, when you're in that situation, you've got to show the referee a real clear release. If you get your arms up in the air, then you're showing him that you've let that player go. If it's only small, it's hard for the referees to tell.
Timing's good. Yep.
Line out won by the Highlanders. Getting very close to the goal line here. And over the line they go. And the try is scored.
Lynchus.
Yes, James Lynchus.
And great to see him back. Had a horrific injury, the broken leg. Nice here. Coltman's line-out throw was nice and accurate. Lifters do their work. They get very well set. The Hurricanes on that left-hand side defence pushed through, opened the opportunity. Lynchus had momentum right from the start. And the Highlanders really have now forced the issue. They've bounced out to a nice, handy lead.
Day is done for most of these fellas. So Josh Ioane. Beautiful part of the day. Sun is still a fair way away from setting. Of course, it's a bit later down.
It's a deep south in this boat. The further south you come, the longer the sun stays out.
Sure is.
In the height of summer, you can get after over 10 p.m. There's still a bit of daylight around, particularly when you get all the way down to the likes of the Cargill Bluff, Stewart Island.
Ioane's kicking has been good so far. Converted the try. Punivai and also Garden Bishop. Now Lynchus and... Yep, flags up. Another good kick. 28-12. And as Justin said, really good to see James Lynchus back. That was a shocking broken leg. Compound fracture, I think. So Ledger here with the restart. Alamalo bangs it hard downfield. Ledger with the kick and chase. Ioane. He returns the favour. Rayasi. Probably against his nature to kick it, but he does so. Little game of forceback going on here. And it is the Highlanders who finally put it across the touchline. Interesting dynamic, almost sitting amongst the players, particularly the Highlanders players. There's plenty of advice for those out there.
There is encouragement as well.
Yes. James O'Reilly then with the line-out throw. Going deep, and the Highlanders have turned this one over. Fakatava makes one of those characteristic runs of his. Now the ball is shovelled on. Here's Garden Bashop, this time hit in the tackle. And Rayasi can't recover, so they'll take the first knock on. That of Connor Garden Bashop.
Couple of subs coming in for the Hurricanes, mate.
Highlanders deciding to go with just the 2 halfbacks in this game. I think the Hurricanes brought 3 down. And so maybe it's Cam Roygard who's on now. In 21.
Well, given the state of the game, you expect the Hurricanes to launch from here. No points in playing a game of forceback anymore.
Ledger goes wide. Vince Arso out of midfield now. He's been pretty well contained, like most of the Hurricanes' midfield in this game. Highlanders have again turned it over.
Yeah, I think if Jason Holland was probably looking at what was happening, particularly in this second half, it would be that the Highlanders are winning the breakdown quite clearly. They are getting there more quickly. Their technique is better. There's still 2 Hurricanes, a 3rd player there. So there are numbers, but the work that the Highlanders defenders are doing, particularly the man over the ball, is better, particularly in the second half. So that'll be concerning for him, that they're not quite accurate enough there, because that does stagnate your game. It doesn't give you any opportunity to get any rhythm in attack. And it also gives the opposition opportunity to phase a lot, because you're not winning that breakdown.
Are you half or who's half? Yeah, so on the line.
Inside the last 10 minutes of this pre-season game here at Molyneux Park. The Highlanders will be delighted. And they're appealing for a try. Crowd on the far side reckon it is, and so does the referee James Dolan. And the Highlanders are in again. Referee was unsighted for a moment there, but he got there. Now, who got it is anyone's guess. You wonder whether in this situation it could be Liam Coltman.
They had great momentum again.
Oh, might be Lynchies again. Let's just say. What do you think?
Very well could be. He would be one of the players that would be entering the back of that ruck. There was good leg drive leading up to it, and then it looked like it was going to stop, but just before it did, it bounced away towards the flag, and immediately the Highlanders players and this nice crowd here at Molyneux Park all felt that they saw the player spin away and dot the ball down. Took referee James Dolman a little bit of time to see the same picture with players eventually diving over the ball, but he must have seen a grounding and been happy that the player had scored.
That's you. That's you.
Well, this is the toughest kick so far for Ioane. He's on song again. It's a beautiful kick. And 35-12. Get a big turnaround in this second half. So let's give that try to James Lynch's and say that he scored 2.
Well, we've had him on camera enough, so he's going to claim it.
So the kickoff is made. Josh Dixon. Just while we've got the opportunity, just like to thank the Alexandra business community and the rugby club. They've done a great job in putting this whole thing together, Justin.
Oh, brilliant. And in these trying times, where the franchises, like everybody, under COVID situation, have all been suffering. They can't afford to be throwing games on, and it's only through the support of the local community, like the rugby club and sponsors that have got on board, that enable the franchises to put these games on. So, yeah, huge thank you to all of the people involved in getting a game here in Alex for both of these sides.
So it was a scrum at halfway, which the Highlanders have won. Now here's Scott Gregory, Fakatava. As the Highlanders look to make a move from the back, Alo Marlow takes it down to the 10-metre line in the dying stages of this match. Ball's been knocked on by the Highlanders, so the Hurricanes will try and come from deep as they get it out wide. Love makes ground inside Highlanders territory. Ball there for Roygard, who's the third halfback that the Hurricanes have played in this game. And another penalty. Once again, ball held on the ground. Raketi Stones.
Again, another noticeable in terms of the way that the second half has gone for the Hurricanes has been their inability really to get effectively over the gain line. The Highlanders' line speed on defence has been coming up hard and fast, and a lot of the Hurricanes' pass have been deep to players a long way past the gain line, and they've been getting cut down and turned over. Really haven't been able to get in behind this aggressive defence from the Highlanders.
Just hold there, guys, hold there.
Yes, you take the likes of Laumapi and Proctor, who can get you the gain line out of the game. Doesn't help. They haven't really been able to adapt.
So Liam Coltman, we're inside the final 5 minutes. As the Highlanders go short, now Gregory. And another good break by the Highlanders. Getting very close there was Vahakolo. Now the Hurricanes seem to have the ball back, but they're backed onto their own goal line. And Ledger manages to slam it away into touch. Yes, the significance of the last 5 minutes is that we can now have that. Although with the score at 35-12, it seems unlikely. It's normally in a fairly close game, you'd imagine. Line out one again by the Highlanders. Tony Brown, of course, taking over as the head coach this season from Aaron Major. You're pretty pleased the way things have gone here in the pre-season. Running up a big lead against the Crusaders last week before just losing it by 1 point. And now this has been pretty convincing here from the whole squad, really. Did you enjoy playing pre-season games?
Yeah, I did. I think what is good for the players when you are entering into a highly competitive season, and with points up for grabs is getting the games out to these communities like Alexandra. So obviously we went to places like Timaru and Nelson on different fields, which gives you a different environment, meet new people, and yeah, you're trying to work really hard to get everything right to win trophies. It's a really important part of your preparation. Developing new players into the system always brings new personalities into the mix. Which you know is a big part of getting culture as well. So going on road trips and doing that is enjoyable, because otherwise you enter into what you face from week to week to week, which is the same training venue, the same gym, the same field, and it's repetitive. So pre-season's all about keeping you fresh and getting out and about in the community, and it's good fun. And the games are usually pretty entertaining as well.
So into the last minute of this game, and the Highlanders in possession of a Hurricanes line-out throw. And another kick goes into touch. Just about 30 seconds remaining. So the Highlanders open up next Friday night against the Crusaders at home in Dunedin. Live on Sky Sport, of course. There it is, on air at 6:30, Sky Sport 1. 24 hours later, it'll be the Hurricanes. And here's Vince Aso, ball dropped behind. It's been recovered by the Highlanders, though. Hurricanes and the Blues from Sky Stadium in Wellington on Saturday night. And the ball is into touch, and the referee, James Dolman, blows the whistle, and that is it. Here at Molyneux Park I was going to say Invercargill, Alexandra. And a very popular win for the Highlanders, and I think both teams can take a lot out of this.
Oh, they certainly can. You know, like an emphatic win from the Highlanders. Look, I think we got a true sense of what the game was all about in the first half. Both teams very strong in terms of their starting 15s. Won't be far off what both coaches will name next weekend. The likes of Julian Sarvier back in the game. Shannon Frizzell, who scored a try for the Highlanders. Ash Dixon just keeps on getting better and better with age. Will all be involved. And the game had a lot more balance about it and continuity. The second half did disintegrate a bit, and that's going to happen when players get injected. But all in all, a magnificent afternoon, successful one here for the Highlanders in Alexandra in front of their home community.
So there it is, the start of Super Rugby, Aotearoa, next week, Friday night. The Highlanders against the Crusaders, Sky Sport 1. We're on here at 6:30. And then on the Saturday, also 6:30, Sky Sport 1, the Hurricanes at home at Sky Stadium against the Blues. Well, it's been a wonderful afternoon of rugby. For the record, the Highlanders run out pretty convincing winners. I guess from a negative point of view, the Tuli Paya having to limp off the field would look like quite a serious, maybe lower leg injury. But other than that, both teams seem to come through relatively unscathed. So we've set the scene for Super Rugby, Aotearoa. We've had the pre-season. Now it's the real deal. So on behalf of Justin Marshall, this is Grant Nisbet signing off from Molyneux Park in Alexandra.